Hello, coming at you barefooted today. Happy day 27. We are going to go a little bit yoga-esque today for our second day of our recovery week. Don't get too excited or freak out too much though, because it's not true yoga at all. But just kind of some of the flow stuff. We're going to do some twists and I don't know, generally this little pattern kind of gets into my obliques. I can feel it the next day as well. So hopefully we can all get a nice little work and heat out of it, but keeping that intensity still low. All right. So go ahead and sit back on your feet. Curl your toes underneath and get a stretch through the bottom of your feet. And then go ahead and put your hands forward like a child's pose, head on the ground. Keep those feet curled under so your toes are on the ground. Backs of your feet, the underneath sides are getting a nice little stretch. Grab through the core, push into the hands, and drag your chest forward, pushing the chest through. Flex your glutes. Take a deep inhale, and then exhale, push back. Slide the hips back over those heels. Inhale, exhale, come forward again. Push that chest through. Flex through the glutes. Drive back. One more like that. Slide forward. And then push back. Go ahead and sit on your heels. Bring your arms up overhead. Grab your left hand. Exhale, pull your body to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, pull your body to the left. Keep your chest nice and tall. Again, to the right. Inhale up. And then to the left. All right. Hands and knees. Let's go a few cat-cows. Ooh, that feels good though. Rotate your ankles a couple different times. Feet around inside and outside, both directions. All right, you can rest your feet on the tops now. Hands right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. Inhale, push the chest forward. Exhale, round through the back. Tuck that low belly in nice and tight. Inhale, push forward. And then exhale, round. Two more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round. Last one. Inhale, push your chest forward. Exhale and round. All right, come to your neutral back. Bring your hands a little bit further in front. Curl your toes back under, and let's go into our downward facing dog. So push into your thumb and first finger. Drive the heels down toward the mat, and then pedal your feet left and right. So drive your right heel down and bend the left knee, and then drive your left heel down and bend the right. Keep pushing into the hands so that your chest is driving back toward your thighs. Your arms are strong, so make sure you're not collapsing into the arms and putting a bunch of work in the neck. So really drive through the hands, wrap the armpits kind of under toward your toes. Your elbows are pointing back toward your toes, so you feel your triceps engage. Slide the shoulder blades down, and then of course, grab your belly. All right, level off your feet. So keep driving back. Chest goes back toward the thighs. If your heels don't touch the ground or get close, that's okay. You can also bend your knees a little bit as well. Sometimes that feels better on the hamstrings. All right, take a deep inhale, and then with your exhale, come forward into a high plank. Shoulders up over the wrists. Keep your belly nice and strong. Tuck the tailbone, flex your thighs. Inhale, exhale, push back. Inhale, and then exhale, come forward. Get your shoulders up over those wrists. Again, flex into those glutes, grab through the core. Inhale, exhale, push back. Inhale, exhale, come forward. This is 3. We're going to go to 10. With every exhale, push back. And then with every exhale, come back forward. So you're taking an inhale and then exhale, shift. Inhale, exhale, shift. This is 6. Push through the back, grab through the core, feel the stretch into the hamstrings. Flexion through the abdomen. Keep sliding those shoulder blades down the spine, belly nice and strong. Push back. Come forward. Shoulders over those wrists again. If you need to come to your knees first, that's fine. Otherwise, elbows hug in next to the body and lower the body all the way down to the ground. All right, release your feet. Just push into the hands, lifting the chest, slide the shoulder blades back and down. Keep your glutes flexed here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up again. Squeeze the elbows in. Exhale, lower. Make sure the glutes are flexed. Space between ears and shoulders. Exhale to drop. Inhale to lift. Belly strong. You want to keep your glutes flexed to help protect your low back. So only push so far as you're not getting tension on your low back. You're using the triceps here, kind of flexing in through your thighs as well. Inhale up, squeeze elbows in, exhale drop. We're going to go 2 more. Inhale up, exhale drop. Last one, inhale up. And exhale, drop. All right. Lower your left ear onto the mat and grab your hands behind your back. Clasp your fists. And then again, lift. So tuck your chin in. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Just rest through those, or get a different stretch and angle into the arms we just pushed into a lot. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. All right, and release. All right, hands underneath your shoulders. You can push up from your knees or from your toes. So get your nice big hands, spreading all your fingertips, belly strong, tuck your tailbone, and then push up. Drive back into your downward facing dog again. All right, from here, we are going to go into a little twisted up down dog side plank. I think the official terminology in yoga is wild thing. So you're in a downward facing dog, and you're going to inhale and lift your right leg up nice and high. So it's lifting high toward the space behind you, and then I want you to lower your right heel to your left hip. So you're bending your knee, the knee's kind of pointing up into the sky, you're flexing your foot, your right heel's dropping toward your left hip behind you, and you're feeling some space open up in that right hip flexor. Rotate to the left side of your left foot, the outer side of the left foot, and then you're going to drop the right foot behind and lift the hips up nice and high. So you should feel flexion through the left leg. You're flexing the quad, you're flexing the glute and the hamstring. Feel flexion through the oblique on the left side, and then your butt cheek on the right. Your back behind your left arm, that's helping as well. Okay, we're going to rotate back down. Right hand comes down. Lift that right leg up again, and then settle. All right, there was one side. Inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky, then drop your left heel over behind you toward your right hip. Keep driving evenly through both hands. Belly strong. Make sure you're not holding tension in your neck. So spread and flare through the chest and armpits. All right, we're going to come over to the right. So you're on your right hand. Slowly rotate so that your right leg is straight. You're on the outside of the right leg. That leg is flexed and strong. Flex into your left glute to help support the right side of the oblique and lats and back. Hold the core. Stay here one more breath. Bring your left hand down. Rotate back over. Left leg is up high. And then drop it down. All right. Gonna go back one more time, other side. Inhale, right leg lifts nice and high. Drop the heel toward the left hip and then keep rotating down. Right foot is behind you on the ground. Lift up through that side. Core strong. Doing great. Bring your hand back down. Right leg lifts. Drop the right leg. Move to the other side. Left leg up. Curl it behind you. Slowly rotate and lift. Feel that oblique. Okay, rotate down. Left leg lifts. And then drop. All right, open your knees nice and wide. Big toes together. Let's hinge back. A quick child's pose. Check in. Settle a bit. Make sure that your neck isn't grabbing too much. Stretch through those arms. All right. Coming forward, go ahead and push up into that down dog again. Slide your hips up and back. Take a deep inhale, and then with your exhale, come forward into your plank. So find your shoulders over the wrists. And then we're going to rotate onto the left outer edge of our left foot. So you're going to open up into a side plank. Push the hips forward. Find your support. If you need to go onto your elbow, that's fine. Okay, so now we're going to take the right foot, pull it up toward your left inner thigh. Hold here. Belly strong. Okay, then you're going to rotate that right foot down to the ground next to and up where your left hand is. Go ahead and drop the left knee down. Great work, by the way. And come up. So you have kind of a runner's lunge type stance going. So your right foot's forward, right knee stacked on top of the heel. And then I want you to rotate to the right. So your arms are going to come up at shoulder height, and I want you to twist. So this is where you're going to start feeling some of those obliques again. Lift the chest, twist from your obliques. Nice and tight through the core. Lift the chest, extend your arms super straight. Okay, now your right hand is going to reach back for your left hamstring, and you're going to lift the left arm up nice and high behind you. So lean forward just a little more so that you can feel the back hip flexor stretch and open. Keep the belly strong. You have to keep flexion in those muscles in order not to fall over. All right, come back to those wide arms. Bring both arms up in front. Hang out here a second. Take your back toes, curl them under, and then lift the back knee off the ground. Hold here. Pull your front hip forward. Your front hip back. Your back hip forward. So the right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. Okay, take both hands. Keep your back knee up if you can. Plant them inside your right foot. Open up onto the left outer edge of your left foot. Bring your right arm up, and then see if you can go back the way that you came. Open here. Your leg is up. Set it down, and then rotate to your plank in the front. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, push back. Hips are up, slide those shoulder blades back and down. This should feel kind of like a little resting pose. This down dog. All right. Deep inhale, exhale, come forward. Back into your plank position. Rotate onto the outer edge of your right foot. Stack your feet. Lift that left arm nice and high. Find your core. Find your balance first. Now then pull the left foot in toward your right inner thigh. Hold. Easy does it. Rotate the left foot down to the ground. Drop your back knee down. Find that kind of squaring off in the hips, and then twist to the left. So your left hip's forward, your right leg is back, and you're twisting to the left. Again, find the twist and the grab through those obliques. Pull it over, pull it over. Slide the shoulders back and down. Try to find space through the neck and shoulders. Don't hunker there. Okay, take your left hand to your right hamstring and the right hand behind you. Lean forward still. That left leg is kind of hovering forward so that you can get a stretch in that back hip flexor. Lift high out of the chest. Shoulders back and down. Come back, arms high and wide. Find that twist. All right, bring both arms in front. Lift nice and high. Curl the back toes under, and then lift the back leg. Square off the hips, slide shoulders back and down. See if you can get your biceps up by the ears. All right, plant both hands down on the ground inside your left foot. Plant onto the right, rotate to the outer edge of the right leg. Lift that left arm up, and then see if you can go back how we got here. Woo. Left foot up toward that inner thigh. Stack here, side plank, and then lower left hand down. Find your plank position. Hold here. Push into your thumb and first finger. Grab deep into the core. Couple more deep breaths. Deep inhale. With your exhale, push back, down dog. Push into that thumb and first finger. Slide those heels down toward the ground. A little more. Open the chest. Spiral your elbows back to point at your toes. Nice work. All right, open your knees. Drop down into that child's pose. Hinge the hips back. Slide it all forward. That upper body reaches forward. Your arms are still nice and straight and flexed. All right, push into the hands. Go back into your downward facing dog. And then walk your feet up towards your hands. Good job. Stretch over the legs. And then inhale, come all the way up. All right, exhale, you can bring your hands to the heart. It's about the closest, I think, to yoga. We might go ahead and widen the legs nice and far. Toes are going to point out just slightly. And I want you to come down nice and low, those knees wide with the toes, so you can get super duper low right here. Hands on your knees. Push the knees wide. Sit nice and low. And then let your chest drop as your hips come up. And I want you to point your toes in now with the heels wide. Plant onto your hands. All right, we're going to try a little bit more core and fun. This you can do possibly easier. This is how I learned it, was up against a wall. My back was to a wall. So you can try that. The majority here is core. So if you don't end up doing the headstand, don't even worry about it. Just hold yourself here in this forward position, but push into the hands and pull the hands back behind you, opening the chest and spiraling your elbows straight behind. That you'll still feel contraction through your core. All right, so what I want us to try to do is, hopefully if you have the space, you can drop your head, the top of your head, onto the ground. I'll be totally honest, I did not practice this, have not practiced in a long time. So try to get the crown of your head onto the ground. You have to push into your hands a bit, and then slowly see if you can push your feet up off the ground. Use the core. Core and back. I lost it. Try again. If you can get your feet all the way up, the goal is to try to come back down the same direction. Grab through that core. Find your lift. Push into the hands. Get your feet up. Hold. And back down. Close enough. All right, drop onto your knees. Give yourself just a little second. Check in with your neck, shoulders, and wrists. All right, and then the next one we've done before on a core day. So we are going to go back there. You're going to try for I think it's called a crane. Spread your fingertips nice and wide. If you're sweaty, you might need to wipe the backs of your arms and your shins. Okay, so plant into your hands and open your hips wide. So if this part right here is already difficult enough, just practice sitting low and stretching through those hips. But then for the rest of us, spread your fingertips nice and wide, lift up onto your toes, and the goal is to try to get your knees high onto the arms, the back of the arms. Then tuck both toes in and grab the core. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right. Hinge back again into your child's pose. Just stretch it all out. Push into your downward facing dog. Heels back and down. Inhale, lift your left leg up nice and high. Exhale, bring it forward using the core outside your left hand. Drop the right hip toward the ground, but keep your knee off the ground. Push into your right hand and open to the left. Left arm comes up, belly strong. So I want you to still hug the muscles to the bone. Don't just collapse into the hand. Lift up out of the chest. Keep scissoring your hips. Okay, drop the left hand down. Left leg goes back. Push back to your down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up nice and high. Exhale, bring it forward outside your right hand. Level off those hips. And then rotate to the right. Keep finding your flexion in the leg. So it's like you're trying to draw your right heel back toward your left toes and your left toes up toward your right heel. Exhale, drop your right hand down. Push that leg back. Hold your plank a second. Hold, hold, hold. Push into the hands. Tuck the tailbone. All right, push back to that down dog. And then, let's lift your left leg again. And then bring it forward once more outside that left hand. But this time we're going to come up to standing. So go ahead and drop your back heel down toward the ground. And you want to get your left heel lined up with the back right heel. Okay, so straighten through the left leg, lift nice and tall. So I want you to take your hips and rotate them toward the left foot, and then we're going to hinge forward. So feel like you're pulling that left hip back, the right hip forward, pull your kneecap up on the left, and then hinge over that left leg. So you should feel some stretch in the left hamstring. Keep your legs strong. It's okay if you don't touch the ground. You can maybe support yourself on a box or a chair, something you can bring the floor up to you, as they say. All right, grab through the core, and you're going to push into the left foot, coming up into a balance. Slide shoulder blades back and down. Point your back right toes toward the ground. Flexion on that left leg. The goal is to try to get your hips level. Hold here, use the core. Tighten through both legs, belly strong. Okay, slowly come back down. So you're going to bend the left foot or left knee, bring the right leg back down. Okay, now we're just going to pivot. Do the same thing on the other side. So the right heel is going to line up with the back left heel, and the left toes are going to kind of point off at an angle. Straighten your legs, square off the hips, and then reach the chest forward, keeping the hips square as you drop slowly over that front leg. So if it's too much intensity in the stretch, shorten your stance or don't go to the ground. Once you kind of find the position that you're holding, try to pull the left hip forward though, and the right hip back. This is my tight side. Should probably come up a little bit. The goal is to try to keep the back nice and flat. So lifted chest, flex that right kneecap up toward your quad so that you can keep the knee safe. All right, bend into the right leg and then lift into your one leg balance. Try to level off your hips. Knee is soft. In your head, the goal is to try to keep a nice flat back. So head, back, hips, and heel are all in a line. Use your core. Drop that left hip if it feels like it's rising. And then slowly drop that left heel down. Okay, come back to the front. Hinge over again. Just get a straight leg. Forward fold. Point your toes slightly in, your heels slightly out. Feel the butt really push back behind you. All right, we're going to hinge over to my left, your right. So just drop down nice and deep and then pull those toes up on your left side. Getting that stretch through the inner thigh. Sit back on the heel. You might be able to get your heel on the ground, you might not. Don't force anything. Just enjoy the stretch. All right, we're going to push up and slide over to the other side. So now you're hinging into your left hip and your right leg is straight, toes are up. Find that stretch. Hinge those hips back and down. right, push up from there. And then come all the way to standing. Bring both feet together, front of your mat. And then we're going to roll down. So take a seat and then roll it back to where you can find balance in a boat pose. So pull your toes back, slide your upper body down, keep flexion in the core. Tuck and scoop through the belly. Find the core doing the work to hold the balance. All right, slowly see if we can take 10 seconds to lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant your feet on the ground, rest your head. Put your feet at mat width and then drop both knees to the left. Take your left foot and place it on top of your right knee. Pushing that right knee down so you just get a better opening in your hip flexor on that side. All right, release there. Feet back, knees back up facing the ceiling, and then rotate your legs to the right. And then put your right foot on top of the left knee. All right, release there. Legs back to center. Hug your knees into the chest, nice and tight. Kind of circle your knees around left and right. Massage through that low back. All right, something different. I still built some heat. Definitely felt my core working, my legs, arms at times. As I said, yoga-esque. Definitely not officially yoga. So thank you, though, for joining me and trying something new. I know that taking a little bit more of a chill week might seem weird for some of us, myself included, but I think that we should stick with it and give it a go. Enjoy a little easy jog or walk if you need something else. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow.